This is the instructions for showing the installation of an auto weld assembly on existing Shaftmaster. We will start by removing 2 socket head bolts. These will be replaced with longer ones. You then need to remove the snap ring at the end of the socket chuck. You then need to disconnect the coupling system from the end of the socket chuck. We'll start by removing the 2 set screws. One from that side and one from the other side of the coupler. Then we have a roll pin that we need to drive out. The socket chuck is now free. We can slide it away. Remove the old spacer. Put the belt in that vicinity so it'll be back on the socket chuck when you slide it through. Our aluminum pulley set in place. Slide our socket chuck back in. After the pulley is started on the socket chuck, we then need to hold our coupling up so that it goes onto the shaft at the end of the socket chuck. I take a tapered punch, find the hole in the socket chuck shaft, make sure that's aligned. I rotate both items back over and drive the roll pin back in. Roughly center the roll pin into the coupling. Reinstall both set screws. Make sure the set screws are roughly centered with your roll pin on both sides. And snug those 2 set screws up. Now that our coupler is attached, we slide the aluminum collar, aluminum pulley onto the shaft, and reinstall our snap ring. After you have your snap ring installed, slide the aluminum pulley up to the snap ring and install 2 fiber plugs into the set screw holes of the pulley. Then install the 2 set screws supplied on top of those fiber plugs. And tighten both of those down. With our pulley attached, now we have a belt retainer holder that we can install. Simply loosen the bolt on the top of the bearing retainer. Put on our belt holder. Retighten that bolt. And we have our belt on, ready for our rest of our assembly. Now we're ready to install our main assembly back onto the frame. We can set the frame in place Using our longer socket head bolts, install them. Tighten these two bolts up. Now we need to attach our all-thread with the spring assembly to give our belt some tension. From the underneath, we will thread our all-thread into the thread of the hole on the bottom of the bracket, just far enough to get a lock nut started. Start your nut. And lock that down. There is a slot that the all thread passes through. We need to tap on the all thread to get it to align with the hole while it's in travel. Once you can move the assembly in full travel and not hit any part of the slot, you're good. Now that we have our auto weld in position to use, we simply grab the belt, pull on the handle, attach our belt. When we have tension on the belt, we can turn the winch motor on, and we go from very slow to fairly fast on speed for rotating the drive shaft. This can go in either forward or reverse direction.